It's Week 15 of the NFL, and all eyes are on the Monarchs burner at wide receiver. And big plays follow him around. He comes in second in the NFL in receiving yards. It's the Monarchs and the Chiefs on Sunday night.
Well, the sun has gone down, and so has the temperature, as EA Sports welcomes you to GEHA Field at venerable Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City.
Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the London Monarchs and the Kansas City Chiefs. Hello again, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Chiefs ball club. They come into this one fresh off a victory that finally snapped a 6-game losing streak.
And there's nothing like that win that makes everyone happier in the locker room, better on the practice field, and they usually play a whole lot better that next game out as well.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Londoners, they've gone a full half season since their last loss. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Here's the Chiefs offense for their first possession, and it's Patrick Mahomes at quarterback.
And simply put, for many, he's the gold standard for quarterbacks in today's NFL because of his ability to create, find the open man, use all the different arm angles that he has. He's a complete package, and boy, his team loves to play around him.
Yellow. They'll start on the ground here on first down. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 13 carries, 71 yards.
They put a lot of effort into game playing and establishing this ground game last week, and the reward was a nice day rushing the ball. Helped them put a balanced offense out on the field. And that carry is an indicator that this ground game has to be established again this week.
That was a first down pickup of 8.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
On first down, Mahomes throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Just a gain of a couple there, and that will bring up second down.
Now, these two teams, you might recall, met back in mid-season, Week 8 to be exact, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
From the 41, Mahomes, and a quick throw here, that's complete. An extra defensive back in the game now here for 3rd and 4. Here's Mahomes to throw. Out to, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Christian Harris in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance.
And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory.
So out comes the offense now with a long field ahead of them. And a look at a guy, definitely got a little razzle-dazzle to him. Can do it with his arm or his legs. Their mobile QB.
And what a game he is coming off of.
Oh, unbelievable.
Absolutely. And you know how much I love the history of the game. He broke a record held by the Dutchman, Norm van Brocklin, right? You got to go all the way back to 1951, and he threw for 554 yards in that game. Later, won a championship as a quarterback of the Philadelphia Eagles in 1960.
And he's got a man complete. Touchdown. A great effort there. His 14th touchdown now on the year.
And the Monarchs are on the board first here on the road in Kansas City. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
The extra point up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Kansas City taking the field for their second drive. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their futures. They look ahead to the offseason. What spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too. He was the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. To throw, it's Mahomes. That's going to be caught by Richardson.
And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field.
We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. As of this moment, as pretty much everyone knows, they sit alone in that top spot. But nothing is guaranteed. They haven't even clinched the playoffs. So a good start, but a long way to go.
And you know, a blunt veteran inside their locker room has stood up at one point or another and said, you know all this means nothing so far. We've got to cover this, get it done. What do we want to be? It's like winning a title in August, right in preseason. Doesn't count. Let's go ahead and get this thing done.
He's going to go for a big play downfield. He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown. A big play there. With touchdown number 15 of the year and second of the game.
And the Monarchs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, this has been a flawless start for them. They score, they get the stop, and they score again, Charles.
Complimentary football at its finest. You just mentioned how they got it done. They scored. The defense got the ball back for them. They score again. That's the way you win ball games.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Now this Chiefs offense gets set to go again.
They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. Looking to throw is Mahomes.
Throw left side. There's London.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. Finding space at the 40.
He's at the 40. The 20. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. A great play there.
His 7th rushing touchdown of the year.
And the Chiefs are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over. This game could be 88 out the gate early.
Well, since then.
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 out the game. We still got a good game going ahead of us. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And they, on paper, Charles, no doubt they have the edge in this one. They are sitting with the AFC elite, and on the other side, they're down toward the bottom of the AFC. But you know what they say, especially at this point in the season, watch out for a trap game.
And in doing so, I would take my game plan and condense it. I would rely on my fundamentals, the fact that my players are probably just better, and not try and do...
It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown. A great effort there. Doing it again with his third touchdown here in the opening quarter.
And the Monarchs have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Boy, still in the first quarter, and look out. I mean, they are on pace for over 80 points in this game. I don't know that they'll get there, CD, but this has been impressive to watch so far.
That certainly would be history in the making, wouldn't it, partner? I'm glad we're here to actually watch and see if it actually happens, although, like you, I have my doubts, but they are firmly in control of this game.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
And now here comes Kansas City.
A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but, Charles, they look up, and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
The drive starts with a completion left side. And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
Yellow.
A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score. The second quarter from KC. It's the Chiefs in possession of the football as they've got it with a third down coming up.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
95 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in his first half.
Mahomes now on first down. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. Now, the number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Another try after the first down sack. Mahomes. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down. The Chiefs on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Mahomes going to throw. Going to throw right side here. Complete. And some room to maneuver. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. A big play there. 57 yards.
And the Chiefs have cut it back within a score. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
This one fielded at the 5. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. London about set to take over on offense. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 39 yards there, a big one.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns. But guess what?
Now.
Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Panther Street.
And he's got some space here. And they eventually get to him at the 17 after a pickup of 17 into the red zone, first down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Hey, check that. Street.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Amari Barno getting there to make the stop.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown run. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Well, the defensive coverage was good, so good he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, you often wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football? I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that, and he beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
KC's offense ready to take over. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
And that sack certainly just strengthening his candidacy for Defensive Player of the Year. You think he's got that one in the bag yet?
I'm not willing to vote quite yet just because I want to wait until the season's over, but he is really tracking towards it. Just look at all the great plays we've seen from him throughout the season. Strength plays that you referenced there, as well as agility plays. Yeah. They just have not found a way to block him consistently.
This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me,
it's caught inside the 25.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
And it's caught. Touchdown from 21 yards away.
And the Monarchs have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns.
Okay, we need to double check here with Marvin because he keeps all of our good stats. But what I've got is 5 drives, 5 touchdowns, and they've got a nice, healthy lead.
Well, after the first drive, we thought things might be clicking. They're really clicking at this point. They're clicking about as much as they can click.
And right
I just said click a lot.
Yes, you did, but that's okay because the guy who's coordinating the defense, trying to slow them down,
good luck.
He's going to have hair that looks like mine very soon. Not much of it.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face, and analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Being chased out left. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Looking to throw again on second down. Mahomes. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number one. Mahomes looks to throw on third down. Complete. Richardson has it. And he will have a Chiefs first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6. Wide open receiver complete. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Mahomes now on first down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Richardson.
Oh, he's brought down. Remember here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fair...
Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the third quarter.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter.
And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
And to give him 4 yards there, it'll be 2nd and 6.
Okay, break. Cut 19. Cut 19. Check smash. Check smash.
They'll set up to throw. Going for the deep ball. He's got a man complete.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
And here's a handoff out of the gun.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Rolling to his left. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. He'll drop to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. It's their quarterback. His 2nd touchdown of the night.
And the Monarchs take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the third quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it, pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Yeah, some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it.
And he fires one that's intercepted. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick six.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. And as confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
Now the try here for the point after. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Taken at the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. And Kansas City's offense now set and ready to go. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
And sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
On 2nd and 9, Mahomes, throw left side complete. That's Richardson. They brought in an extra defensive back here, so probably not expecting a run on 3rd and 3.
A good call.
Now Mahomes steps away. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
It'll be a 51-yard punt that time.
London about set to take over on offense. Well, they got to be thrilled with how they've operated so far in this one. They've got the nice lead, and now a chance to score here on 3 straight possessions.
Yeah, and the way that they are rolling, I just don't know how they get slowed down, because they certainly are operating at peak efficiency right now. They might want to think about giving some of their backups a little bit of work, though. Let some other guys get on the field and do their thing and save some of this for the next time out.
He's going to let this one go deep. He's got a man, complete. Touchdown. A great play there. 72 yards.
And the Monarchs get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
Now the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One-play drive and into the end zone for 6. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Now Mahomes looking middle, and that's complete. Throwing again on 2nd down. Mahomes.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Throwing now is Mahomes. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. We're back now in KC. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Another try after the first down sack. Mahomes. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. The Chiefs on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 6. Mahomes now to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. The safety blitz staged to perfection that time as they sack him for a loss of 6.
Well, someone is certainly having a big game, and while that sack doesn't quite have the splash of his pick 6 from earlier, you know he's thrilled to be making big plays during a great individual effort today.
Here's the Chiefs punter now. He's been terrific so far. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. London about set to take over on offense. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out.
He's got him in, complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And I actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the third quarter doing the old hold-up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the fourth quarter is ours. And they certainly weren't kidding.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
15 yards on the play, first down.
Let's go.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Working free to drop it for the sack there was Amari Barno. A CD, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of it. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. I'm not sure what other ground there is to cover here. I mean, this offense has been amazing. Just total domination, Charles.
They've clicked so well, and if you really focus in on the offensive line, they've protected well when they've wanted to throw the ball. They've moved people off the line of scrimmage when they've wanted to run it. Smiles all the way around. This offense has been really good in this one.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. 5 plays there on that drive. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And the Chiefs now getting set to go.
Facing a big fourth quarter deficit here, things not looking good. This offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, their defense has really struggled.
A throw left side to start out. That's complete. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Now here's Mahomes. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. Finding room at midfield, through the middle of the field. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And he's got it.
And the Chiefs are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. Now, this is certainly one of the bigger losses that we are going to see for quite some time. And you have to think at this point where we're at in the fourth quarter with how wide this advantage is. For this offense, they're just trying to end things with a positive drive.
And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
As they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
Taken in at the 3. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. London about set to take over on offense. They've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the fourth quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted. So they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop.
Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted.
And the Chiefs are going to take possession of the football.
Now they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Pressure comes. Now Mahomes. And that is incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
And that is no good. He gave it a good run. That wasn't more than a foot or so wide to the left. And they will remain well behind.
And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try one from 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through. And that one winds up no good.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Try to lay one up deep. And this is caught. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. The call is to go for one and kick the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Throwing on first down is Mahomes. In trouble, and he's taken down.
Christian Harris. Make that now 4 sacks for him in tonight's ball game.
Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave him with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Mahomes hit. He lost the football. It's going the other way. And he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line. And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the 4th. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week because...
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill, but remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes. And that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
Extra point forthcoming. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. A nice, tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only 1 play to score it. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And out come the Chiefs now.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnelled. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Buying time to his left. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw here. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. One final try for Mahomes.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
And that will write a finish to this ball game.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for our visitors, they continue to make their case as a Super Bowl favorite as they move to 13-1. And they'll get another road test next week as they have to go to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers. Meanwhile, for the Chiefs, they drop their 10th game now to fall to 4-10. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Seattle Seahawks.